Thank you for joining us today. Wanted to take this time. We've got about 30 minutes. We'll try to move through a little bit of an overview of who PartsTech is, how we provide value to your shop, and I'll actually spend a majority of the time actually giving a live demo of our software, of our parts lookup platform, and then we'll open it up for questions. I highly recommend that you please do ask questions along the way. We want to make this as interactive as possible for you. So please pop those questions into the Q&A section. I'll do my best to monitor those and answer them as we go along. I'll also have some time at the very end to answer them as well. Thank you for joining. I do apologize here at the outset. I am battling some sickness today, so I will try not to make it cringe for those listening to me. But please, I do appreciate your patience and bearing with me on this. All right, so I'm John Heller. I work in product marketing here at PartsTech. Been here for about a year and a half now, and really honored here to be able to spend some time with you all and show you how PartsTech is changing lives in auto repair shops and saving you time. So, what is PartsTech? PartsTech is your connected parts procurement platform. We bring all of your suppliers into one lookup. We hear from many shops who struggle daily with multiple phone calls, multiple login screens, bouncing around from source to source, trying to find the right part, trying to find the right availability, customers at the desk. And PartsTech really cuts through all of that hassle, simplifies the parts ordering process for you so you can focus on what matters most, and that's keeping your customers happy. We are an entirely free platform, meaning there is no credit card required at all for you to start using PartsTech. All we ask is for some very simple shop information, some information around what suppliers you use, potentially what management system your shop uses as well, so we can get you integrated into that, into your workflows, and then you're off and running. We allow you also to connect an unlimited number of suppliers across both parts and tires, and I'll show you what that means here in a few seconds. So, simplifying your life completely free, no risk at all to your shop. Many shops tell us it saves them 15, maybe even 30 minutes per RO, enabling them to spend more time servicing more vehicles and keeping their customers happy. All right, so let's jump into it here, and I'll get into the flow, and please pop in questions as I'm going along. Like I said, I'll try to keep tabs of the Q&A section there, and we'll be on our way. Okay, let me switch screens here, and we'll pop into this. All right, so this is the landing page for being brought into PartsTech. Now, if you are using us with a shop management system, we integrate with over 35 shop management systems to be able to have a seamless parts ordering punch out from your RO in your management system. And so when you're coming to us from a management system, your vehicle information will be automatically brought over, as you see up here in the upper right-hand corner. If you're using us as a standalone, which we have many, many shops doing that as well, you would just simply come in here and choose a variety of different ways, whatever best suits you, to be able to enter in your vehicle information, either by year, make, model, your vehicle type. You can just start typing it out by plate or by VIN. All right, so once we've kind of established how the vehicle information is brought over, which makes it super easy for you, you'll see a couple different ways to start searching for the parts that you need. You can look through a list of popular parts that we've automatically put up through here. You can search our tires. You can look through jobs, and I'll show you what that means here in a little bit. Diagrams. Very excited to show you that, and we'll spend some time on showing you diagrams here in a little bit as well. But to simulate just the impact that PartsTech has for many shops, if I come in here and I'm going to just simply start typing in an air filter, I hit that. Now you're going to see instantaneously pricing and availability from all of your suppliers in one lookup. So this makes it, as I mentioned earlier, extremely hassle-free to be able to get quick glances at the parts that you need so you can complete that RO. Now, as you're tabbing through each of these suppliers at the top, one of the other benefits of PartsTech is being able to keep an eye here on the colored indicator. You see this green, that means that that part is in stock at your store. So as you're quickly tabbing through all of your suppliers, you're getting a sense of availability as well as all of the pricing that you see over here on the right-hand side. So we get a lot of questions of, okay, that's great. How do I get my suppliers connected? Very easily. You'll come over here to the My Shop. You'll come in here to where it says Suppliers, and we'll click Add Suppliers. Now, based off of the shop information that you've given us during your sign-up process, we will automatically pop up a geographical map showing you all of the parts and tires, as well as dealers that may be available in your area for you to connect to. Again, I want to reemphasize, you can connect to as many suppliers as you would like to on here. So again, you can interact with the map. You can also filter down to look for just parts suppliers. Here, you can also filter down and look through only tire suppliers. And you can also look through dealers. We don't have any dealers available in this specific location. However, I would encourage you, if you are looking for OE parts, please do look and see within PartsTech, here as I've shown you, if there is a dealer in your area that you can also purchase from as well. All right, so once you find a supplier that you would like to, let's select this one for example. We'll give you a couple of different options of the parts house suppliers in your area. You can add ones. Typically, we see shops adding ones that are the closest to them, meaning those ones will deliver the fastest, and we'll set that as a My Store. So you simply click Add, and you put in your customer number information. Another key point I want to point out here is that PartsTech does nothing in addition to markup pricing that you would typically get directly from the supplier. That's why entering in your customer number and customer information is so important, because once you put that in there, we connect you with your commercial account and your commercial agreements with that supplier. And the exact same pricing and availability and inventory as you would see directly with that supplier will now be reflected within PartsTech. But now you have the option of seeing all of your suppliers in one spot instead of having to go back and individually look through that as well. So once you've clicked submit there, you'll be then, it'll take anywhere from a couple days perhaps to get word out to that supplier that you're connecting through PartsTech. They'll approve it, and then you'll be on your way, if not sooner than that. The other thing I want to point out too is tires. And late last year, we opened up the amount of free tire suppliers to now include over 30 completely free for shops to be able to connect to. We found that many shops find this a value add as more and more shops are looking to get into the tire business. Now we provide many more options for you to connect to, again, completely free. So please do check that out if your shop does tires or you're looking to get into tires as well. So that's a look about how you add your suppliers. If you want to quickly reorder the order in which your suppliers show at the top, you can quickly redrag them around, and you can set whatever supplier you want to be in that first call spot. And then if we come in here, you'll see we've got that supplier loaded here in the first call. So I'm going to add this one to to our cart. The other thing I want to point out here is you can add multiple parts from multiple suppliers into the same cart. You don't need to create separate carts for each individual supplier. So if I come in here and let's say I want to go look for a fuel pump, and I'm going to bounce around here to maybe some of my other suppliers. I'm going to add that one to the cart here. Now let's say I also want to go and look for some tires at the same time. I can come up here to this parts drop down. I'm going to click tires, and PartsTech will provide all of the tire sizes that are applicable to that vehicle that you've entered in. So I'm going to select the 20-inch wheels here. Now you're going to see I've loaded in several of the maybe local and regional tire suppliers for this shop's location. And similar to parts, you can quickly tab through each of these suppliers to understand pricing and availability. And we also do provide a lot of helpful information around tire specification, tire warranty, things of that nature here for you. And so I'm going to add this one to the cart. Now, I have just in a matter of a few minutes or less built out a cart with multiple parts from different suppliers and also including some tires. So now what I can do is I can come in here, and once I've added all of these parts to my cart, let's say I'm going to select this one, add this one to the cart. You'll see this option to buy now. If you're using us as a standalone, that will submit your order across all of these suppliers with one click. You won't need to send separate POs out. If you are connected to a management system, you're going to see this say submit quote. And when you do that, that will be automatically transferred back into the RO of your management system, where from there you will be able to finish your RO and purchase all of the parts again in the exact same manner with one click to all of the suppliers that you have in your cart. All right, so that at the base core is the very powerful nature of what PartsTech does for shops and your parts ordering lookup. We make it simple. We bring all of your suppliers into one lookup and connect you across multiple supply sources, whether parts, tires, or dealers. Now, let me dive into some of the specifics of how we are actually making part lookup even better beyond just this revolutionary way of seeing all of your suppliers in one screen here. So we've added a couple of different things in to make it even easier. If you come back here, I'm going to come in back to my parts store here. Jobs. I've mentioned jobs. We're going to get to diagrams next. I know everyone's excited about that. Jobs. So what jobs allows you to do is to be able to select a job, a common job, and PartsTech will automatically pull into a list everything that you need and step you through a sequential search. Now, what's beneficial to our free users is that we've opened up the ability to do this on the most performed job, which would be front brakes. And so let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to select that. And now you're going to notice over on the left-hand side that we've got a pre-populated list of all of the parts that you need to complete this front brake job. And we've automatically started searching for the first part. Again, you can tab through all of your suppliers in one lookup here. And for this example, I'm going to select this one. Keep in mind this bundled discount. This bundled discount now is an indicator that if I purchase a part and I go select perhaps the combination that completes that bundle discount, I will see that bundle discount reflected in my cart. This saves valuable time for shops who may be concerned or feel like they have to go back out to the direct supplier's website to confirm if they're getting the discounts that the supplier is offering. For O'Reilly, for XL Parts, for the Parts House, and for AutoZone, we pass the visibility of those discounts directly into PartsTech so you can see it live while you're building your cart. So I'm going to add this one to the cart. And you're going to see that our jobs now stepped us through to the next section here, which is looking for the rotor. I might scroll down here. I'm going to select another one that obviously completes that discount in this job. And now you're going to see as that's added to the cart, you're going to see that that bundled discount now has been reflected in my cart. And you can see that down here in the lower portion of your cart where that bundled savings has now been reflected. So a very valuable way to make sure that you're capturing all of the discounts that that supplier is offering. We do those in bundled discounts for brakes and rotors. We also have a lot of the suppliers offer quantity discounts. So let's say if you purchase in bulk air filters or wipers, windshield wipers. Usually around 12 is where we see that bulk quantity comes into play. You'll be able to see that here and know you're getting the right discount that supplier is offering you through your commercial agreements. So jobs here. So let's say I want to come back down here and let's say you can skip. You don't have to follow all of these in the list. I can come in here and let's say for the calipers, I just want to add one of those to the cart here. And now that completes my job and I want to be done. So jobs, single click looks up all of the parts in a sequential order and you just have to add them to the cart as PartsTech is automatically searching them for you. All right. So a couple other things I wanted to show you real quick is stock ordering. Before we get into the exciting walkthrough about diagrams, stock ordering is another function. A lot of shops are doing repetitive jobs that we hear, whether it's oil jobs or they want to keep a certain amount of items in stock. PartsTech enables you to do that very easily and instantaneously. So before I get into that, I also want to point out to all of you here from a part name standpoint, and this is going to come into play as I show you a little bit about um, our stock ordering here. We also provide automatic part number interchanges. So if I come in here and I just type in a part number that I have, 1883, and I'm going to search that across all of my brands. Now you're going to see here popped up, different part numbers will be displayed depending on the manufacturer. And so we go back through and we do all of those interchanges instantaneously for you. So you know that I can just, if I have a certain part in front of me, I know the part number, but I want to see all of my options across all of my suppliers and other brands as well. We do the interchange automatically for you. A lot of other part lookup solutions charge extra for that. With us, excuse me, it's totally included. All right, so if I want to come into my stock order here, I'm going to click over on the left-hand side. Now you're going to see I've already, let's say, let me clear this out here. I want to come in and I want to look for an oil filter. So I have a part number that I know I want, S9018R across all brands. For XL parts, I'm going to come in here and look for more results and see what the part interchange offers for me. So I see this one here from this particular brand. It looks like there's 24 in stock. So I'm going to create a stock order for this. Now, I also want to be able to capture the quantity discount that XL Parts offers commercially. And so I know that I'm going to need to bump that up for 12, and I'm going to add that to the cart. And now you're going to see once that's added to the cart that that bundled discount for that order quantity of 12 has been reflected. Now I can save that as a template. I can name it whatever I want. Let's call it oil filters. And let me come back in here and you can save it as a template for you there. So the very easy ways for you to be able to do these things that cut out a lot of time. All right, without further ado, let's jump into the most exciting thing I believe that PartsTech has put out to enable shops to easily find parts that they need in a manner that really is revolutionary to a lot of shops. Vehicle diagrams. So we understand all of us by nature tend to be visually oriented. I know I love looking at a picture to be able to make sure I've got the right thing. It helps me understand context. And PartsTech now provides that context for you in the shop to be able to see the whole picture and quickly find all of the parts that you need instantaneously. So what that would look like here, let me clear out my cart so we can start a new search, is I'll come back in here, I'll click on my vehicle diagrams, and now let's say I want to go into brake, and I'm going to click this. Now, instantaneously, you've got access to multiple diagrams within this category. You can see over here on the right-hand side, there's multiple thumbnails for me to be able to scroll through and see different layouts and different parts, perhaps, that I would need within this category. Now, what's really revolutionary about diagrams is I know I can come in here now and I can just grab everything with a few clicks. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab a rotor. And as you see, as I'm hovering over these things, that part name now is being displayed to give me instantaneous feedback that I am indeed selecting the right part. I could also do that by hovering over the part name over on the right-hand side, and then the corresponding visual diagram of that part name is highlighted over on the right-hand side. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to select a backing plate. Let's say I want to select these as well. And now once I've grabbed kind of everything, and this gives you a lot more flexibility if you know you need to grab a bunch of parts that aren't necessarily in a predefined job, but you know from just the ability to be able to complete that repair quickest that these are all the parts that I know I need. So you can come into a diagram, simply click in a matter of seconds, everything that you would need there and add those into a queue. And I'm going to hit start search. And now you're going to see that similar to what I showed you in jobs is we'll take all of those parts that you have selected on that particular break, and we've started now a sequential job search for you. So same thing. I'm going to come in here now, add that to my cart, and it's going to move on automatically to the next part in that list. Now, what's also beneficial to diagrams is you can add multiple parts from many different categories into this queue. So let's say I know I want to grab a bunch of parts for brakes. Now, I know I also need to look at some AC replacement parts. So what I can do now is I can just jump back into my diagrams. I can come over here to the HVAC category, and I'm going to select the first one there. Now, similar to what I showed you on brakes, I've got several different layouts for me to flip through very easily to be able to find exactly what I need for this repair. So I'm going to come back up here, and I know I need to replace an AC compressor. But you know what? I think I might want to grab a couple of other parts surrounding that AC compressor because I know either I'll damage a ring or I'll damage a bolt or I might need something new in the process of pulling out the old part, or I just want to make sure I have everything surrounding that specific part ordered and available. So you can come in here and I'm just going to grab a lot of parts around it. Let's say maybe I'm going to grab this one as well. I'm going to come over here and I know, hey, I might need a new blower assembly just to go along with that. Now you're going to see I've added multiple parts from different views. And if I hit start search again, now those parts are going to be added to this queued list. And I can continue to build that out as I go through my job search. So let's say, okay, great. I've got parts added that I know I need for my AC system replacement. Now there's actually something around an axle that I need to go look for. So I might jump back into my diagrams again. I'm going to go over here to drive lines and axles. I'm going to click this. Now I've been given a few options here to look through some parts. I'm going to come back here to this one. And I know I need a new CV joint. You know, I better grab a boot band while I'm at it. And I'm going to select this. Now I'm going to start my search. And again, now you're going to see those parts added into your sequential search. So you can build as big a list as you would like using diagrams for multiple jobs on a single order here as well. So a very powerful way for you to add a bunch of stuff into a queue and then just run through it all again with the ability to be able to tab through all of your suppliers in one spot. And just imagine, like previously, you would have to perhaps call a supplier every time and list out all of these part numbers, or you're logging into multiple different websites and you're trying to balance maybe 5 to 6 different part number lookups all at once. PartsTech simplifies that, connects you to all of your sources in one screen, and really cuts out the hassle to be able to help you find the parts that you need as quickly as you need it. So a very powerful way with diagrams. Again, this is completely free. We used to only be able to show diagrams centered around exhaust, but now we have incorporated full vehicle diagrams into that capability. So if I come back here, again, you would access that through our new dashboard here. And again, you'll see all of these different categories for you to be able to dive into diagrams. You can also do it by just simply typing a part. So if I come back up in here to part, now you're going to see that, oh, I can search by a part type, a part number, by a job, or I can just jump right into my diagram search this way as well. One last thing. Again, please, if anyone has any questions, let me know as we're rounding out our time here. We'll certainly have a few moments to answer some questions for the audience. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to point out, and this again is a completely free functionality, but we're finding it provides a lot of value to shops, is they want to be able to hide the brand name from the repair order or the estimate that you give to shops. So very easily, how you can do that is if you go to the My Shop tab over on the left-hand side, and you come into brand preferences, you're going to see the ability now to be able to toggle on and off whether that brand name is visible on the estimates that you give your customers. Many shops that we talked to, in fact, most of them love this feature and couldn't wait actually until we provided this the ability to do it. But we just want to make sure that everyone knows where to go to find this so that you can toggle that off and be able to provide what the customer needs while also protecting some information that maybe you would want to hold close to the chest. All right. So I hope you found this very, very valuable. Again, PartsTech provides a connected platform for you to be able to find all of your parts and tire needs in one lookup. We are completely free. Again, no credit card required. I can't stress this enough. I know a lot of companies out there with gimmicks of free try to slip in a request for a credit card and then auto draft off of that after a certain time. We will not ask for any payment information. Quite simply, the only information we ask from you is where your shop is, what the name is, and then we need your supplier information so we can connect you to those suppliers, your management system, if you want to get integrated into your management system as well. And again, we are um, a platform, a connected platform that allows you to connect unlimited suppliers in there so that you don't need to worry about, oh, hey, I can only connect one or two or three of my suppliers at once. You can do them all that you need and be on your way to a better parts ordering experience. I see a question in here about getting a recording of this. Yes, absolutely. We will make a recording of this available. We also do. I see another question in there. Thank you for that. Do we integrate with Protractor? Absolutely. We integrate with Protractor. We have a great integration with them so that when you go to build your repair order and you need to look up parts, we're a simple punch out from Protractor. You can do everything that I showed you within PartsTech, bring that back into Protractor and complete your repair order. All right. Again, I would encourage anyone who hasn't signed up, please do so. Totally free. We have people standing by who will be able to connect you and get you set up with your suppliers. We have real people on real phones who help you through this and get you on your way as easily as possible. And yes, I do see another question here. Updates are automatic. We have a very, very on top of it, I would say data team who are constantly in communication with all of the suppliers, getting information in, making sure that updates are reflected as quickly as possible within PartsTech. That's another one that we hear from a lot of individuals who may use other options for looking at parts is that there's really no constant update to the catalogs or to the experience within those parts lookup systems. We are constantly updating both product information, pricing, and availability information as we get those from suppliers on a daily basis to make sure that the information you see in PartsTech is the exact information that you would see coming from that supplier direct. Additionally, we're also rolling out new feature enhancements every 2 weeks. So this is a dynamic connected platform where we are constantly making changes to help you along your way and improve your parts ordering experience. Great questions. Well, I thank you so much for joining us today. We will send this out to everyone who's joined us. And again, no risk to you. Please sign up and cut out the hassle with your parts ordering today. And please reach out with any questions. Thank you for joining us, and we will talk with you soon. Have a great day.